Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing very well. Welcome to today's video. So today is the day that I am seeing Slipknot. I'm seeing Behemoth tonight as well. I'm so excited. So I just wanted to do a video with you guys, just kind of like having a chat, getting ready with me while I do my makeup. So I thought today I would just go for something that I like to do when I go to gigs. I like to dress up a little bit, look a bit more kind of gothy, if you like to call it like that. I don't know. But yeah, today, so I thought I would start with the eyes because the palette I'm using is one of the most highly anticipated palettes of last year, and I fought long and hard to get this, and I eventually got it. And I was addicted to watching every episode and just the whole like drama behind everything. And it is the Conspiracy palette by Shane and Jeffrey. When I first received it, I was so over the moon. When I was, gonna attempt to get it, it sold out. I had basically gone on my lunch early from work, so I was just like, I need to get this palette. I need to be on Beauty Bay by 5 o'clock. Everyone knows the story, everyone knows what happened about that, but essentially I follow a blog on Instagram called FYI Beauty, and in their Instagram stories they were like, oh, there's a small shipment of the Conspiracy palette, and I was like, it's my time, I have to get it. So of course it's quite expensive, but I use like Klarna, like where you pay in installments. I paid like 15-16 pounds like over 3 months, which is pretty amazing. So now I have this beautiful palette with me, and I have been using it quite a bit. I used it on my birthday, and so today I thought I would just go for a kind of red and black look, the two typical goth colors. So I'm going to start off with the red. So I'm going to start off with Flaming Hot, which is obviously the red one just here. So I'm going to put that just on the top of my crease, just so I can get a nice bold colour of red. What I should have done, now that I'm saying it, I should have put a primer down, because this palette and most of Jeffree Star palettes are really staining for the eyes. But I just want to get the video done and get my look on, because I'm meeting my friends very soon, so I'm very excited about that. Another reason why I'm excited for today is to see my friends. I never get to see them as much as I used to, because adult life and everything. But so yeah, I'm just getting Flaming Hot and just kind of putting it quite high up. Sorry, the lights in here are crazy. It's such a gloomy day outside, which is quite fitting for what I'm what I'm doing in the evening. But it's just nice to have some decent light in here. So I could got some of the red. Yep, that is gorgeous. So I'm just going to apply it onto the other eye. So as I mentioned, obviously today is Slipknot Day at the O2. I think I'm pretty sure it's their first time playing there. It's definitely Behemoth's first time playing there. And I've seen Behemoth 3 times prior. So the first time I ever saw them was they were supporting Cradle of Filth at like HMV Forum in Kentish Town, and that was, god, that must have been about 5 years ago, maybe even longer than that. I think it might have been longer than that, I'm not sure. Then I saw them at Bloodstock, and then last year I saw them at the Forum again, and that was honestly just one of the best gigs of last year. It was just, they just pull out all the stops. They just are insane and that is why I love them. And again with Slipknot, like, this is my first time. I know I've mentioned I've been a fan for such a long time. I never got to see them, and I guess it's just because I'm buying gig tickets these days are so expensive. I know a lot of people can relate to that as well. But essentially, when my friend was just like, I'm gonna just buy the tickets, does anyone want to go? And I thought, you know what, I can't let this opportunity down. I have to go, because especially when I saw that Behemoth were playing with them, I just lost my mind and went, 2 very different genre bands, but the fact that I love both of them and they're coming together, I was so happy. I was like, yes, put me down for one ticket, I'm definitely going. So yeah, that's happening tonight. I love the O2. It's quite you know, it's just like the main place to go now. I've been to so many gigs at the O2 that I absolutely love. Last year, my favorite gig was Kiss when I went there for at the O2. That was amazing. So I'm just going to go in with my rides here, which is the black one just at the bottom. So this one is going to go onto the lid itself. And so far I've not had much fallout on my eye, just because I'm being quite gentle with this as well, just because again I don't want it to go everywhere, but I am trying to be as careful as I can. But with the black, you never know, it might go a bit crazy on the eyelid. Yeah, there's a bit of fallout, but that's not too bad. But yeah, I don't have many other gigs coming up this year so far. I'm going to see one of my favorite kind of bands called Death Stars. I don't know if anyone has heard of them. They are Swedish kind of glam metal band, quite different from some of the things I listen to, but honestly I have seen them about 5-6 times. Every time they used to play in London, I used to go and see them, mostly at the Islington Academy, which is just in Angel, if a lot of people who live in London know where that is. And yeah, so I'm going to that in April. I'm going to see Dita Von Teese in April as well, which I'm so excited about. I know that's not a gig, but it's, you know, I've absolutely adored that woman for such a long time. And when she was, you know, when it was announced that she was playing, I was like, you know what, I have to go, because, you know, I don't know if she's gonna like retire soon. Not, I'm not saying she's old or anything, but I'm just saying you never know. Sometimes it's better just to take that opportunity for a gig. So just life's too short, and I thought I have to see her, because ever since I kind of discovered her through, like, weirdly enough, her discovering her when she married Marilyn Manson. That's just such a like weird love story that happened there. But you know, the fact that their marriage didn't last long, you know, that's just a Hollywood life. But I absolutely adore her, so I'm going to that. I'm going to try and go to some more. We'll see how the budget is in my life and just how life is in general, but maybe one day I'll go to some other ones. So far I'm going, this look is okay. Yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm going to touch up some more of the red in some other parts as well, just because it's a bit lackluster there. But I love Jeffrey's formula so much. Like I don't know if I mentioned this in one of the videos. I've only got the mini jawbreaker because, you know, his palettes are quite expensive, but of course the quality is fantastic. What I'm gonna do, I'm probably gonna go on my lower lash line. I'm gonna clean it up first because there is a bit of black fallout. That's all right. That's not too bad. Again, you guys probably can't see that much because of the lights, but I am, one day we'll fix it. But I'm gonna go with Flaming Hot just on my lower lash line, just so I can sorry, give a bit of emphasis to my eyes, stand out a bit. But yeah, so Slipknot, okay, I've seen Stone Sour twice. I believe it was twice. I saw them at Download Festival 2010. That was brilliant. And then I saw them at Hammersmith Apollo. This was such a long time ago when they were actually no, Avenged Sevenfold was supporting them, so they were doing basically like a swap of headlining each night. So the night that I luckily got to go to was the one where Stone Sour had kind of headlined, and that was basically just an amazing gig. I know like Stone Sour are not the same as Slipknot, but when you've got like Corey, and at the time Jim Root was still in the band before he got fired, and yeah, it was just a great night. And especially with that Download 2010, it was after like Paul Gray had just died, so it was quite a sad situation, because Corey was like crying quite a bit at Download, and it was just quite sad to kind of, you know, a guy who was suffering because one of his best friends had just died and he was just touring. But I guess when you're in like the business of, you know, entertainment, you have to sometimes just carry on, which I found weird when, you know, Slipknot carried on, but you know, they've kind of gone through quite a lot of members recently, like obviously Joey Jordison's not in the band anymore, and I actually can't remember if there's anyone else. Apologies, I haven't kept up with my Slipknot knowledge, but again, I just found it a bit weird when some bands tend to just kind of carry on without certain members of the band, like, you know, notoriously, like, you know, everyone knows I'm a big Led Zeppelin fan, and as soon as, you know, John Bonham died in 1980, they were kind of like, we're going to call it a day just because it's not the same without him. And that's fair enough, because if you know that the band is not going to be the same without certain members, and just to call it a day, because some people are very money hungry and just want to get on with it. But I know a lot of people have that passion with their band, and they just want to keep on going, which is fair. But I still find it weird with bands like Queen and the Who the who just carry on, and you know, nothing against them, because you know, they are amazing, talented people, but sometimes it's just easier to just either do solo projects or just kind of call it a day. You know, a lot of people are very defensive in the sense of, you know, oh, you know, but it's their career and everything. But just sometimes it's easier to just call it a day. It's fine, you know. Zeppelin did that whole reunion gig, but that was for charity. And they got Jason Bonham in, who is actually John Bonham's son, and they did such a great, you know, job of it. And it was amazing because they really hadn't played on stage together since like Live Aid, and that was a big disaster. If some people don't know, you can like check out the video on like YouTube. They've got Phil Collins on drums. No offense to Phil Collins, he's great obviously, but I think they were just not in a great place then, which was fair enough. But anyway, and I'm trading off on like the whole genre of bands and everything like that, but essentially what I was just trying to say is, you know, some bands who carry on without, you know, a certain musician, especially when it's like the lead singer, you just have to kind of, it's a bit difficult to find someone who has left such a legacy. But obviously with Slipknot, not that I'm saying that people are replaceable, it's just that, I don't know, it's just a bit weird. I just, whatever. I'm still going to go and see them tonight, obviously, because I love them. It was, you know, it's a great opportunity to just go and see one of my favourite bands, and especially in the O2 as well. And I know that Knotfest is coming up. A lot of people asking me if I was going, but to be honest, because I don't know who else is playing, and the fact that the ticket is £95, and it's in Milton Keynes, which I do not live anywhere near. So if it was to finish really late, you know, to stay in a hotel or something like that would be really expensive, and it's just not really for me, unless it's like someone ridiculous plays. I'm only gonna say like Led Zeppelin, Nirvana, bands who are just not around anymore. Those were the kind of bands that were like, you know, like, oh yeah, I'll definitely go, you know, something like it's like Glastonbury, or you know, something big, festivals like that. But you know, Slipknot always hopefully gonna be around. They're such a big band, and for something like Knotfest, that's amazing, good on them, and I'm sure that they will have some amazing bands. But I'll see, you know, the ticket's not going to get any cheaper, but I just thought maybe I'll wait. Anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, so Behemoth, I absolutely love them. It took me, like, I've listened to Slipknot much longer, but that's because I hadn't really discovered the whole like black metal scene when I was like in my teens. I think the first kind of black metal band I got into were Cradle of Filth, and that was when I was in college. One of my friends had kind of gone, oh, have you heard of this band or of this album? And I had never listened to black metal in my life, and I was just like, what is this weird shit? Like like Midian is, you know, one of my favorite Cradle of Filth albums. It's wonderful. It's great. I have listened to black metal for a long time, and a lot of people again say to me, how do you understand what they're saying? What's the point in listening to a band that you don't understand? I'm like, well, it's about how you feel. Sometimes it's not always about understanding words, even though I could just Google the words. And most black metal bands are from like Norway or Sweden, and of course I won't understand what they're saying, and like Ramstein as well, I just like listening to them and kind of just having a great time when I listen to a band, and that's it really. But also, right, the last step now, so I haven't really mentioned about the products that I'm using, but the main thing I wanted to do was like the conspiracy palette and just a couple of other things. But now I'm gonna, the last finishing touches is my lipstick, which is again one of my favorites from last year, the Underdog by Rihanna. This is such a gorgeous color. I know I've mentioned it before, but I love it, and I really hope you know, the color combination that she comes out with continues, because that red, that so I really cannot remember what the red is called, but it is one of my favorite lipsticks of all time. It just stays there all day. It doesn't budge, no matter what you eat, no matter what you drink, it stays there. So let's get this on. Okay. So this weird silences. Okay. Sorry. I'm still trying to figure out what I should do in between the parts where I'm applying lipstick or where I'm not talking, just so it doesn't seem so awkward. But we're gonna get there one day. I'm learning every day. Like, all the feedback I'm getting from you guys and my videos makes me so happy. I'm getting lots of like comments, and you know, my friends at work and everything are like, oh, your videos are so great and stuff, and it makes me really happy. I do get embarrassed by it, but it does make me really happy to know that people are actually watching my videos, and kind of hopefully taking something from it. But lastly, I'm just going to add Urban Decay All Nighter. This is like a legendary setting spray. It's just basically going to help me out when I just completely sweat, because I'm standing tonight at the gig, and I probably will maybe get drenched in alcohol because people like to throw shit around. But yeah, so this is my finished look. I hope you guys found it interesting, quite like it. I've gone for like a nice red, black look, my whole kind of gothic-esque kind of thing I like to do when I go to gigs. One thing I wanted to talk about as well is my patch jacket. I might do like another video on it, which might be a bit weird, but I know it's not makeup related, but it is still related to what I love. But this jacket is essentially, well, my patch jacket, and I love it. A lot of people call it like war jackets or something like that, but I've had this jacket for almost like 5-6 years now, which I've been like adding patches on, and like my mum has helped me. It's quite cute. But yeah, this is what I'll be wearing today, because I just, when I was like listening to metal and enjoying metal music, and I saw people with patch jackets, and I was like, I want one of those. I know it's a way to like show what band you like and kind of show off, but I was just like, this is great. I am so into this. So I just bought a jacket from Primark, and basically just sewn on patches. You can iron on patches as well, but they're not going to be as easy. Well, a lot of people say, should I just iron it? But no, like sew it on as well, because it will stay. But yeah, that is the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching, if you managed to get to the end of my ramblings. But basically, if you follow me on my Instagram, I'll be posting some videos of the gig. I probably won't insert it in this video just because I don't really know how to. I kind of just like upload the video as I've done it, because I don't know how to edit on my phone. I'll figure it out one day. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.